Okay guys, here we are. I'm going to talk about the levels of the forest. So here we are. I'm going to show you the 4 levels of the forest. So if we go straight to the top of these trees, right up on top here, we would hit the canopy, which is on top. We come just underneath the canopy, we hit the understory, right where I'm walking right here. Navi, come here. Navi. And where my dog's walking right here, we are in the underbrush. And right below me, we are standing on the forest floor. So some organisms that would live up at the canopy, we would have your hawks, we would definitely have your eagles. I would say we would also have some robins, and you could even get ants that would go all the way from the forest floor up to the canopy. So the next level of the forest I'm going to talk about is just under the canopy, where the understory is. And 4 organisms that would live there would be a squirrel, you would have owls, I would say a chickadee, and even ants could go all the way from the bottom and even up into the canopy and the understory. So now I'm going to talk about some of the animals or organisms that would live in the underbrush. Right now I'm standing in the underbrush. Deer, elk, moose, bear, cougars, grouse, they would all live in the underbrush. Okay, so the last level of the forest I'm going to talk about is the forest floor. That's right down here in the dirt and all the decaying matter. So down here in the forest floor, I would find worms, I'd find beetles, I would definitely find my ants, and you could even say garter snakes would live down on the forest floor. So I hope you enjoyed my explanation of the levels of the forest and the organisms that live in each of those levels. So while I was out shooting my forest levels video, I thought, hey, I'm going to show you some of these different trees and see if you can identify this one. Here is one of our coniferous trees that we studied. If I was to look at this, it's actually quite pointy to the touch, and if I take off one of those needles and I roll it in my fingers, I can feel the edges on that. So this type of tree would be. So right here is actually a third type of tree, one of our other coniferous, and if I look at that, it's got those hard spiky cones on it, and if I was to take these needles off and kind of look, I didn't do a good job right there, but you can look right down there, they're actually in pairs or groups of 2. So that one would be. And actually right here is our third coniferous tree, and if I was to look at this, it's soft, and if you look at those needles, they are flat and they are actually curling up a bit. So this would be. So here we are, the 5th tree that we've studied and talked about in class. If you look at this one, it's definitely got thicker bark on it, and it definitely has bigger leaves than the other deciduous tree I showed you in the video. Also, I want to see, who knows, this will be, we'll do this for 20,000 points. If you look, right in the distance, we have the famous Crow's Nest Mountain. But I want to know if anyone can name the mountain right there beside it in the background. Right there, this is a little better view. So for the 20,000 points, that is the mountain I want you to give me the name of.